Alright, hello and welcome to the Positive Solitude experience. Today I want to talk about mental health, self-isolation, and a few things that have helped me through my experience. I was literally thinking of the idea like 15 minutes ago and felt like I wanted to speak in order to help people out during this time. We're all in the same situation right now with coronavirus, but I don't want to talk about that because a lot of what's happening is out of our control. So what I want to do is talk about what we can control, which is our mindset. Also, I'm aware I haven't done a proper introduction to the podcast yet. If you follow me on Positive Solitude or Draper on Instagram, you may have seen I've been planning to start a podcast, and I've actually recorded a few episodes talking about my experience with mental health, but I just haven't felt like I've wanted to put them out yet. Because I want to say more and I want to go more in depth. I'm not sure how often I want to do the podcast yet, just when I feel like it really, but eventually in the future I might make it like a weekly thing. Also, another thing I want to say is when I'm recording the podcast, I don't want to be afraid to say something wrong or say something that may offend people, because most of the time that won't be my intent. Well, it hopefully will never be my intent. But I'm happy for it to be on record when I say something wrong because I want to better myself as a human being and psychologically. So rather than being scared of saying something wrong, because I just like to speak my mind, I like if I say something that people don't agree with, like let me know in the comments because I love to hear opinions and grow and evolve mentally. Alright, so on to a few things that have helped me with my mental health. Number one is meditation. I've been meditating for about 3 years now, and I can't actually remember the first time I sat down and I was like, I'm going to meditate. But I do remember one day after school, during GCSEs, me and my mate went on this little adventure up to a place called Kelston Round Top. Yeah, Kelston Round Top, which is the highest point in between two cities, Bristol and Bath, if you live around here. And yeah, whilst I was fucking about climbing the trees up there, he said to me, I'm going to sit down and meditate for 15 minutes. And at the time, I thought it was quite funny. I got my phone out and took a Snapchat and sent it to his girlfriend, actually. But yeah, that's the thing. A lot of people think meditation is funny when in reality, those who've experienced meditation and the benefit of it know how worth it is. So yeah, anyway, that's not what's important. I just want to talk about how you can meditate and some different techniques there are. Okay, so when I meditate, I do the cross-legged position like you see the Buddhas do. I don't know if you've seen it or not, but yeah, just personally I prefer it, but you don't have to do it that way. You can literally just grab a chair from the kitchen, and what's important is to make sure your posture is upright, because I read this online. If you meditate led down, you're actually releasing sleep chemicals, so you're not going to get the same benefit. You can meditate with your eyes open or your eyes closed. I've never tried it with my eyes open, so that's something new I could try, but yeah, personally I just think it makes more sense to have your eyes closed, but then I suppose you could make that the objective of meditation, to be aware of your surroundings. But yeah, I've never tried that. I started meditating 5 minutes every day before I went to sleep, but now I definitely prefer meditating in the morning just because I feel like there's more of a benefit. But still, if you meditate at 7 o'clock in the evening for 5-10 minutes or whatever, it's still better than not meditating at all. But yeah, over the years, gradually I've built it up to 30 minutes. Sometimes I do 40 minutes. You can time it if you want. I don't do that anymore. I just meditate until I feel like I want to stop. I read something online that said you have to meditate for at least 20 minutes to feel the benefit, but I personally don't think that's true. I feel the benefit even if I meditate for 5 minutes. When you're meditating, a lot of people get frustrated because they try to make the focus to clear their mind of thoughts. But I think a good way to meditate is to create a raft between you and your thoughts. So you're just observing your thoughts because they are just passing products of the mind and your thoughts don't define you. What's important is dissecting and understanding where your thoughts are coming from, because then that can lead to more control over your thoughts. Another meditation technique which you can do is it's a way of controlling your mind and focusing on the present, ideally. You make up a word, like literally any word, or just think of any word. It doesn't matter what the word is because the word is meaningless, but you just repeat that over and over again in your head. And anytime you find yourself not focused on that word, that's where you bring your attention back to that word. So it's just like mind control and focusing on the present and focusing your attention. I learned that online. I think it's got a name, but I forgot what the name is for the meditation type. Also, you don't have to meditate every day. Last year, I was meditating every day, and I actually thought it was overwhelming. And I actually experienced something called depersonalization from it because I think I was just trying to do too much. I was going to the gym 3-4 times per week. I was learning to drive, going to college, working, and also waking up earlier so I could meditate for half an hour in the morning. So yeah, I think that just overwhelmed me. So now I only do meditation about 3 to 4 times per week, but whatever best fits you. Okay, number 2, cold showers. I don't really know why this helps. I guess it's like the shock of the coldness going to your brain, but genuinely it does feel great and you get like a buzz of satisfaction after doing it. This meditation can be hard to motivate yourself to do, and I always find there's a resistance to do it, but once I do it, the feeling afterwards and the benefit you get is so worth it. So yeah, cold showers. Okay, and number 3 is cycling. The woods is my favourite place to cycle, just because I like to sit and chill for a bit by the stream. Sometimes I take my camera to film and do photography, but then sometimes I just leave all technology behind so I can just be present in the moment and in tune with nature, because nature genuinely does help being in nature and being present in the moment there. So yeah, cycling helps, and it's also a form of exercise. And lastly, this isn't the only things that can help, by the way. There's plenty of more things that can help you with your mental health, but talking to friends and family if you're struggling is super important. I'm shit at it, but on the rare occasion that I do speak to one of my friends or my mum about what I'm dealing with and what's happening and why I feel down or whatever, it genuinely does help loads. And yeah, psychotherapy, I think, is the term for it. And yeah, it's one of the things that does help the most. Also, I want to say, if you feel like you don't have anyone to speak to or you don't feel comfortable speaking to some of your friends about it, then if you want, message me. I'm fine with it and I will reply to DMs. Yeah, that's about it. All right, thank you for listening. Peace.